The following notes and the following memory, of which I could write down at any time. I have no need for paperwork or tapes or anything of that fashion. I've never needed such for all my past encounters with alien craft, extraterrestrial craft, sometimes known as UFOs, unidentified flying objects, or whatever, which, it has to be said, could either be extraterrestrial or indeed dimensional. So, on the 18th of December 1992 at 23:45 hours, which is a quarter to midnight for the profane, I had a full-in job at the time and was driving a pizza delivery vehicle, and it was my last delivery of the night. I was visiting a place called Fairstead Estate in Kings Lynn, Norfolk, and around about 20 to midnight, as I went down a serpentine kind of roadway down into Fairstead Estate, I observed quite clearly, it has to be said, on a starry night, although crisp and beautiful clear sky, a four-pointed silver star, a huge four-pointed silver star, just hanging there in the moonlight, as it were, probably some quarter of a mile up into the heavens. And because I was running a UFO group at that period of time, NUFOG, the Norfolk UFO group, and because I've been on television and radio and talked on the subject and lectured on the subject, I immediately became switched on. This was a very strange phenomenon indeed. Celestial stars don't hang in the sky, as we all know. I slowed down the vehicle engine. Nobody seemed to be around, no traffic, and I came to a stop halfway down this serpentine roadway, the main road in the Fairstead, basically. I switched off the engine. It's a thing that actually you do when you're a UFO investigator, so that if there's any kind of audible sound whatsoever, one can hear it. I then wound down the driver's side window. I looked in front of me, and all of a sudden, this strange star extinguished, disappeared, vanished. Not unlike switching a light bulb off in one's room. There was just darkness. It wasn't there anymore. I stayed in the vehicle, the van, the delivery vehicle, and awaited some more phenomena because I knew something else was going to happen. Within minutes, or even less than minutes, I then observed the following. Some 80 foot above me, above the actual vehicle, the van, there appeared an oval shaped craft, possibly 40 to 50 foot in length and approximately 10 foot in height from the dome aperture in the top of the craft, which was quite visible, to the base of the craft. Now this craft, bear in mind, was doing less than 5 miles per hour, less. So it was quite easy for me to observe for approximately 8 or 10 minutes on what time displacement happens in these occasions. It's happened before. I've uploaded these videos before on different encounters. Time is totally irrelevant. It seems to stand still. Now I looked up through the open window of my vehicle at the underside of this oval craft. I observed, I was only 80 foot away, I observed a kind of a red rusty colour, not unlike the colour one observes when removing metal from a furnace or a forge, and that metal begins to cool down as this hole seemed to appear into a dull rusty red colour. I observed this for, I don't know, seconds, and then there was a rotation beneath the craft. A rotation at first which I observed was an orange light, or many orange lights, probably 10. And the rotation looking up was of a clockwork motion. That's looking on the underside of the craft, a clockwork motion. Now these lights, or ports should we say, exhaust ports, as soon as they immediately came on and began to spin and turn very slowly, I then noticed a kind of a shaking of space, probably 10 foot in front of this craft. Space was shaking. It was like a mirror had been created. It was extremely strange and hard to put into words. It didn't frighten me. I've never been frightened of these things. I've experienced psychic phenomena, paranormal, supernatural phenomena all over my life from a little boy. So this certainly did not frighten me, and that's why I can remember it. Now the rotation of lights probably went round in a clockwork fashion for probably 2 minutes, I don't know. And this shaking of space, as I said, began to create a kind of mirrored space. That's all I can say. A mirrored space. I then had the strong feeling, a very strong feeling indeed, that the occupants of this craft, which were not human, ladies and gentlemen, not human, were aware of my presence, observing them. And I did feel a case of beam me up, Scotty. I did really feel I was going to go on board that craft, and you know what? I'd have liked to, but no, I'm not mad. So this craft had released some kind of an energy through these port exhausts, which I counted about 10 around the base of the craft, slowly revolving. And this unknown energy force had created some kind of change in the gravitational field around the Earth. It actually created a time portal, a wormhole if you wish, and began to enter this wormhole, and I watched this quite clearly. I watched it vanish through this kind of mirror, this mirrored space, till the craft had actually disappeared and gone. Now I know that in most cases, a lot of you out there would shit yourself. You wouldn't know what to do. As I've said, I've experienced a great deal, which I've uploaded many of these cases, from a little boy. I'm quite rare. I admit it, I'm quite rare. A phenomenon, if you like. No, I don't take drugs. I never have done and don't believe in them. I've told you that over the internet on many occasions. And so I actually delivered the pizza, because the pizza thermal bag keeps the pizza warm for 45 minutes. I went to the address, delivered the pizza, said nothing. Went back to the shop, Minstrel's Pizzas in Gaywood, Kings Lynn, said nothing, and went home. When I got home, I went into my bedroom and began to scribble, if you like, or write down strange shapes, strange humanoid forms, strange beings, 4 or 5 different ones, automatically. Automatic writing, as it were. And as I'd run a UFO group for a number of years, I then came to the decision that the actual star that I'd first perceived, the 4-pointed star, silver star, was actually an opening in time and space, and that this craft had come through that opening, and for some apparent reason still unknown to me, it opened up another star portal and went through it, and I was there to watch that. So I actually watched an oval-shaped craft, a dull red rusty coloured hull of a craft, create a time portal and exit through it. That's only one of my experiences, and that was on the 18th of December 1992 at 23:45 p.m. There was no celestial moon, no celestial kind of strange things happening. There was no military spacecraft, because unfortunately you get those pricks who will deny it, who will try to put an answer to everything. Do you know what I think of you people? Spin on that a number of times, gentlemen, because you're tossers, and that's all you ever will be. Thank you.